Hello traders, and welcome to today's simple Forex setup show, where I will be going through 10 currency pairs and looking at trade setups on the 4-hour time frame. So let me share my screen. We're going to be starting with GBP USD. There we go. All right, GBP USD. Here I am looking for long opportunities at the moment. Where we are in terms of the monthly, we're still at the bottom of that range with indecision bars on here. On the weekly, we have had a close above and a pullback. Hopefully that's the retest, and now looking to go long from there. Here we already had a high and a low and a higher high. We also had a lower, a higher low. So now looking at opportunities to go long. On the 4-hourly, we're already a little bit too high. So I'm looking for a little pullback down to the trend line or to the weekly pivot, which is also the bottom of the range, and taking the trade there. It may continue, but with the continuation, I am not happy with the risk to reward ratio because of these tops here. So not looking to go long right now, looking for the pullback first. Next currency pair I'm looking at is Euro USD. And Euro USD, I'm looking for a really big pullback and then looking for long after that. So in terms of the monthly, we're at that. Where is that level coming from? Here we go. That previous level of resistance. So that's what's marked on the monthly. Again, the bars are in indecision, so going sideways at the moment. Here we had the channel going down. We've had 2 closes above already. So looking for any pullback and then continuing in the upward direction there. Here we had the breakout of the channel. We have a high and a higher low, higher high, higher low. So now looking at where this price goes, it might go higher than this previous high, and then looking for the pullback and looking to get in after the pullback. So again, we're right at the tops, so not looking to go long right now, looking for pullback first and then looking for long opportunities. On AUD USD, here I'm also looking for pullback and then looking for long opportunities. So on the monthly, we are currently at this midpoint and looking like it's still in a downtrend, but I'm looking to go along to the top of that range. On the weekly, we've had a couple of closes there above, back inside that previous range. Daily, we have pretty much what looks like a double top at the moment, and we are way too high, so we need some kind of pullback first, and then around that range, or the weekly pivot or monthly pivot, or even down to this trend line here. And then looking for long opportunities after that. Next currency pair, I'm looking at GBP JPY. Now, GBP JPY at the moment is going sideways, and price action between the weekly pivot and the monthly pivot, which is very squished. So looking for a breakout at either direction, and then looking for either long opportunities if it goes above and comes back to retest, or short if it goes below the monthly pivot. I don't want to see this sideways price action because that's indecision. So looking for something that's a little bit more obvious. In terms of where we are on the monthly, we've only had one close above that previous level, which was a level of support. So that current bar, which is still open, could be the retest on this time frame, and therefore looking for long opportunities there. On the weekly, it actually looks the opposite. So we've had a close above and then straight away below. So this actually looks like the current weekly bar is the retest and would look to go short after that. So that's the indecision. And on the daily, we've had price action close below, come back, and currently back up above those levels. Also above the weekly and monthly pivot. So if we're above, then looking for long opportunities there, we would need a close above, a follow through candle, so something that goes higher than the previous high, and then the pullback, and then looking for long after that. Alternatively, if this decides to go short, then there'll be a candle that goes short below the monthly pivot, some kind of follow through after that, then the pullback, and then looking for short opportunities after that. Next currency pair I'm looking at is Euro JPY. And Euro JPY at the moment looks good for a long opportunity, even though it's pretty much in that same sort of area in terms of indecision. But we are at the top of the current channel. It hasn't broken above it, so no false break at the moment. Here on the weekly, we have indecision, so just price action going sideways. On the daily, again, pretty much indecision in this area. So looking to see if it does pull back and stay above the weekly pivot, in which case we would be looking for long. If it does come back in between that weekly pivot and monthly pivot and starts to range, then possibly it's going to go sideways, and then looking to see if it's going to break below or above. Again, if it breaks below, then we want to see some kind of price action going down, reverse with a bit of a pullback to that trend line to retest it, and then we'd be looking for short. But in the meantime, while it's above the weekly and monthly pivot, then I'll be looking for long opportunities. Next currency pair is USD JPY. And on this one, I'm now thinking it is more likely looking like a short. So what we had before is that long channel that was just going up and up and up. We've had twice the price tried to go below but was rejected, but this time price came through. So looking at short opportunities there. How it looks on the monthly. Monthly, we have a close just above that previous high level and an indecision. So really it could go either way on the monthly. On the weekly, we have just a price going sideways. So pretty much ranging. On the daily, it is again ranging, so going sideways, but has closed outside of that channel. So that has now closed outside of the channel, therefore looking for short opportunities if we get a pullback, and also below the weekly and monthly pivot. So if there's a pullback to the trend line or the weekly pivot or the bottom of the previous channel or the monthly, then looking for short opportunities after that. Next currency pair is USD CAD, and USD CAD I'm looking at short. So here we already passed the previous low, so really need a decent pullback now to be able to take the trade. In terms of where we are, we were at the just underneath really the previous level of resistance, and price has started to come off. So we didn't get the break, false break above it. Price started to come off. The same on the weekly. On the daily, we now have the price below. We have a low, lower high, and now we are already lower than the previous low. So if that then turns around, then we will have the lower low, and then just looking for the next lower high on there. So any pullback really to the weekly pivot or to the trend line, we're looking for short opportunities. Next currency pair is Euro AUD, and Euro AUD is going sideways. So it's been really ranging for quite some time. We had that little false break beneath, but back into the range now. So I'm looking for the price really to pull back. However, now if it does pull back to where the weekly and monthly pivot are squished, there's not really enough room, just in case it only goes to this previous level. So I would prefer to look for this the price to break above, and then come back, retest that, and go long from there. Alternately, if this does come back underneath, and instead of just giving us a false break like there, if it actually does, have a bit of a momentum behind it to go short, then looking for the pullback and look for a short opportunity there. But since the price is currently above the weekly and monthly pivot and still in the in that previous uptrend channel, then probably looking for long opportunities first of all. Next currency pair is Euro GBP, and Euro GBP I'm looking for long opportunities. So at the moment, we price action above the weekly and monthly pivot, and on the daily, we are at the moment looking like it's going up. We go to the monthly. So we broke below out of that previous range, went all the way to the top, came back down, but still closed above. One closed below, and this inside bar is not closed yet. So it looks like it's pushing up. If it closes inside, then we might be back into that range and going within there. So here we have price close back inside that previous channel. So looking for the retest there. Here we had a engulfing bar. This is on the daily, and an inside bar. So that could indicate that there's momentum going short. with the indecision bar in the middle, but we have the weekly pivot and the monthly pivot in the way. So I'm not looking to actually trade this short until it breaks below there. So for now, looking for the long opportunities back up to the top of the range, and if it goes in back into the range, obviously looking for long there. For the short, I would need to see the price action below the monthly pivot with a bit of momentum, pullback, and then looking for short there if that's what happens. We do have a few news items, so there might indeed be quite a bit of price movement. So I'll just wait and see which way it's looking after that. And the last currency pair is GBP CAD. GBP CAD, I'm looking to see where the price goes from this range where it is now. It's going sideways, basically between weekly pivot and monthly pivot. So looking for that to break out first. So where we are in terms of the monthly, we're just in that, there we go, in the, what was the previous range of the lows. So looking for a price to go back up above that or stay within that range for a little while. In terms of the weekly, the price has gone to the top of the range, back down. So basically looking for it to go back to the top and just probably bounce around there until it breaks above. So here, daily, we've had the pushback from the bottom. So momentum looks like it would be pushing up. And we have an inside bar. So price action above that would suggest that price is going to go to the top of the range. So here, if the price goes above here, maybe with some follow through in that same direction, pull back, then looking for long opportunities. If it does decide to tank and basically come below the weekly pivot, then would look for a retest of that level and look for short after that. So that is the analysis for this week. If you have any questions, please pop them into the chat box. Hello, everyone. Hello, Paul P. Hello, Sweet. Serene, Stephen, hello. Hello, Pack, hi. Thanks for joining. If you have questions, pop them in. Otherwise, just letting you know that I will be doing 2 more Simple Forex Setup shows next following 2 Wednesdays. After that, the last Wednesday of November is going to be a retreat. So there'll be no Simple Forex Setup show then. And then I will be taking December and January off. So 2 more shows for the month of November, and then retreat. So if you're going to retreat, you'll see me there. I'll be at the retreat as well. Otherwise, I will see you next week, Wednesday, 12 p.m. Singapore time. Thank you. Have a great week. Bye for now.